I'm happy to continue to share with you more information relating to the Door County Addendum A, which is again an attachment to all the improved properties in Door County when a buyer makes an offer to purchase. Recently, I shared with you information related to the survey. The next thing I want to talk about is the waste disposal system. At the time of the sale, the waste disposal system which serves the property, and in most cases properties in Northern Door are served by waste disposal systems, whereas we have some sewer with some properties, like for instance Door County Realty has sewer, but that's just because it was cost effective. In most cases there's not sewer, so it's a waste disposal system. Must be inspected by a Wisconsin licensed plumber. The cost of the inspection is the seller's, and the inspection criteria determines if there are repairs which are needed or if the system is failing and needs to be replaced. With the repairs, if those can be made prior to the closing, then the seller just makes them and we go to closing. If the closing is too fast for the repairs to be made, or it's in the middle of the winter and the repairs can't be made, then what we do is we escrow. So the seller, through the real estate agent, goes out and obtains a quote for the repairs to be made, and we escrow. If it's a financed transaction, 1.5 times the cost of the quote. So for instance, to make it simple, if the repairs were $1,000 at the time of closing, we'd escrow $1,500 for those repairs. That makes the bank happy because the bank knows there's enough money in there to cover those repairs. The buyer then makes those repairs after the closing. The buyer sends the bills for the repairs to the title company, who is the escrow agent. The title company pays the bills, and whenever monies are left over, goes back to the seller. The same thing is with the waste disposal system. It's either passing or failing. And if it can be, a new system can be installed by the seller prior to closing, then the seller does that and we go to closing. If it's a non-finance transaction, then the seller goes out and gets 100% of a quote, and we credit the buyer in the amount of that quotation at closing, and the buyer puts in the new waste disposal system after closing, and this is done all the time. Or if it's a finance transaction, then we again create an escrow, and we escrow 1.5 times the cost of that for the replacement system. And again, the escrow agent is usually the title company. The buyer puts in the new system after the buyer purchases the property. The bills go to the title company. The title company pays the bills, and whatever's left over again goes back to the seller. And again, with that escrow of 1.5 times that amount, that makes the lender feel secure that the monies will be there. So that's another great thing. I think the Door County Addendum A is a great instrument because it keeps our transactions together. It takes care of the issues related to the offer to purchase, which have to either be fixed or dealt with after the closing. And then we're able to go ahead to closing, and it works out really well. So the next update that I give you will be on wells. That takes care of the Door County Addendum A for today. Make it a great day.